Hello, people of Magna Europa. You are currently watching the first and best news service for the entire continent, Ram News. We have many important news stories to share today, so I will do my best to keep each brief yet full of information. Firstly, 2 days ago, November the 26th, 2021, the Gottish embassy to Poland had been bombed. This came shortly after our broadcasting suspecting that Slovakia had been the ones to bomb Warsaw earlier. The two culprits are Spiffy Gaster and Bigger 3. They had been spouting Slovakian propaganda, which had turned out to be a red herring. They were not actually Slovakians, yet they were just using Slovakia to get away with their crimes. We must hunt these two down at any cost. Us here at Ram News would like to formally apologize for blaming Slovakia for the attacks. I hope that we can come together and rebuild as a greater European community, except the French, but we'll get to that later. The embassy has been rebuilt, and resources have been sent to the Polish to help rebuild and recover. At the Pristina conference yesterday, much happened. The entire conference will be linked in the description below. However, the most important points are discussion of beginning a list of international laws and war crimes, Slovakia being cleared of all guilt after the Warsaw attacks, as the criminals seem to have been using the Slovakian nation as a scapegoat for their radical beliefs, the announcement of the Northern Lights, an alliance between Estonia, Gotland, and Poland-Lithuania. Britain's involvement in this alliance is currently pending, the right of a nation to not have foreign troops enter their land, and the idea of an exclusive economic zone in which other nations are not allowed to enter. While none of this is actually put in place yet, they are at least being brought up as an important reminder. Almost immediately after the Pristina conference, it had been noticed that the island of Jersey had in fact invaded Gotland and claimed much of our territory. As an immediate retaliatory strike, the Kingdom of Gotland immediately marched and won an absolute victory. All of Jersey's military production was halted, their access to the nether was cut, and their farms were looted. Immediately the next morning, they unclaimed their island. This is another win for the Kingdom of Gotland. Let us praise the hasty actions of both the Big Sal, our king, and Ramen Boy 21, our field marshal, for their exemplary tactics in this great conflict. Today, at approximately 2:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, the Kingdom of Great Britain was under attack. The Kingdom of France had begun a military campaign across all of Europe. They had spent all of the first day preparing weaponry and grinding to the point of a military superpower. Their first target was England, who they mercilessly attacked, looted, pillaged, and caused famine. Once done in Britain, they sailed to Estonia, where they did the exact same. All of Estonia's livestock and chests were looted, and their morale were forced low. Finally, they moved south to assassinate the King of Poland. Later, at about 2:10 in the evening today, they also began a war in which they invaded Gotland and Estonia. They were entirely unmatched, with gear better than anyone else on the server. Every single soldier they fought was annihilated immediately. Luckily, due to their actions making the server unplayable, they have been banned for their rule breaking. While I could take this as a chance to rant about how wrong it is that France had done this, I believe instead we should take this as a chance for the Northern Lights and all of Europe to discuss how we can make ourselves more prepared for a situation such as this. This was a clear example of how we have become too soft as a continent. This is a call to action for the entire server. We must not fall, and we must not fail. In other, lighter news, the city of Visby is currently working on a rail station so that people can get from town to town quickly. It also seems it shall function as a kind of shelter in times of war. How very exciting. Ironbread of Mammon is also making a newspaper outlet called Penis Fuck News. I wish him well in his endeavors. His news may be quick, but ours is more accurate, and also in video format, so I think that gives us the advantage. Slimebore and Doggeep, I believe I'm saying that right, of Visby, have created a tower that goes up to the build limit. This makes it the largest proper building on the server. Good job to those two. The Republic of Estonia has expanded to claim the entire Latvian wilderness. I hope they have a fantastic time out there, taming that wild land. They shall also expand their economic regions. Good job to them. And with that, I would like to conclude our broadcast for the day. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all tomorrow. It is a weekday, so that may be sketchy with other things I'm working on, but I'll do my best. Please subscribe for more news. Thank you very much. I shall see you soon.